What is the difference between the rich versus poor mindset? How do the successful differ from the rest of us? So many people do not obtain financial freedom because they do not have one thing, the right mindset. Everything starts with how you think about money, wealth, and success. It is not a matter of luck, birth, or connections. The biggest differences between rich and poor people can be traced back to mindset, outlook, and behavior. The rich and the poor don't only differ in how much they have in their pocket, but also in how they think. Rich people have a way of thinking that is different from poor and middle-class people. They think differently about money, wealth, themselves, other people, and life. By doing so, you will have some alternative beliefs in your mind from which to choose. In this way, you can catch yourself thinking as poor people do and quickly switch over to how rich people think. Rich people believe, I create my life. Poor mindsets believe life happens to me. If you want to create wealth, it is imperative that you believe that you are at the steering wheel of your life, that you create every moment of your life, especially your financial life. Instead of taking responsibility for what's going on in their lives, poor people choose to play the role of victim. Of course, any victim's predominant thought process is poor me, and presto, through the law of intention, that's literally what they get, poor, as in money, me. Here's some homework I promise will change your life. For the next 7 days, I challenge you not to complain at all. Not just out loud, but in your head too. I've given this little challenge to thousands of people, and several hundred have personally told me that this exercise completely transformed their lives. Rich versus poor mindset. Rich play the money game to win. Poor mindsets play the money game not to lose. Poor people play the money game on defense rather than offense. Let me ask you, if you were to play any sport or any game strictly on defense, what are the chances of you winning that game? Most people agree, slim and none. Yet that's exactly how most people play the money game. Their primary concern is survival and security, not wealth and abundance. So, what is your goal? What is your real objective? What is your true intention? Rich people's big goal is to have massive wealth and abundance. Poor people's big goal is to have enough to pay the bills. On time would be a miracle. Again, let me remind you of the power of intention. When your objective is to have enough to pay the bills, that's exactly how much you'll get. Just enough to pay the bills, and usually not a cent more. You get what you truly intend to get. Rich versus poor mindset. Rich people think big. Poor people think small. We once had a trainer teaching at one of our seminars who went from a net worth of $250,000 to over $600 million in only 3 years. When asked his secret, he said, "Everything changed the day I began to think big." Another way of understanding this is to answer the following question: how many people do you serve or affect? For instance, in my business, some trainers enjoy speaking to groups of 20, others are comfortable with 100, others like an audience of 500, still others want 5,000 people or more in attendance. Is there a difference in income between these trainers? You bet there is. Who are you? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to play the game? Do you want to play in the big leagues or the little league, in the majors or the minors? Will you play big or play small? It's your choice. But hear this, it's not about you. It's about living your mission. It's about living true to your purpose. It's about adding your piece of the puzzle to the world. It's about serving others. Most of us are so stuck in our egos that everything revolves around me, and more me. But again, it's not about you. It's about adding value to other people's lives. It's your choice. One road led to being broke and miserable, the other leads to money, meaning, and fulfillment. It's time to stop hiding out and start stepping out. It's time to stop needing and start leading. It's time to start being the star that you are. Rich mindsets understand the value of education. Poor mindsets are oblivious to the importance of constant learning or education. Rich mindsets learn and update their skills throughout their lives. Education remains a major determinant of lifetime income. Note that this doesn't mean you have to go to an expensive private college or earn an advanced degree. However, you merely guarantee you'll be poor if you don't finish high school. One difference between the rich versus poor mindset is that the rich understand the value of knowledge. They're not part of the 40% of adults who don't crack open a book after graduating high school. They're reading industry publications to learn more about their field and excel at work. They're reading about money management and personal development so that they do better in life. They're constantly learning. They'll ensure that they keep up their certifications, and they'll proactively earn additional certifications to qualify for raises and promotions. Rich mindsets are better at risk management. Poor mindsets often live in fear of taking new risks. The rich aren't gambling with their money, whether it is taking trips to the casinos or taking big risks with penny stocks. They are careful to manage risk. One way they do this is by having the right insurance coverage. They have life insurance, health insurance, and disability insurance so that a personal disaster doesn't wipe them or their families out. They won't just start a business or investment without analyzing its profitability. They have emergency funds with several months of savings so that they can cover a major unexpected expense without having to go into debt. They'd prioritize protecting themselves over spending money on wants. This doesn't mean they don't invest in stocks or real estate. It means they do their homework before investing money. They research the properties and the costs to rehab and sell them before they buy. They research stocks or mutual funds before putting in their money. Educating themselves about various subjects reduces their risk level. And that is why one of the differences between the rich versus poor mindset is that the poor often live in fear of catastrophe, while the rich expect to be able to weather the storm. Rich versus poor mindset. Rich people build multiple streams of income. Poor people have one stream of income, their job. Poor people put all of their eggs in one basket by being dependent on one stream of income. The wealthy are known for their work ethic, but there are plenty of people who work hard but remain in poverty. There are several ways the rich work differently. One is that they devote time to planning their financial future. They save for retirement so that they have a passive stream of income before they have to retire from their job. They aggressively pay down debt and avoid taking on new debt so that their income goes further. They dedicate time to handling their investments while investing every month, whether it is in a 401k or rental properties. If they own a business, they capitalize on it to generate additional income. It might be licensing intellectual property or renting out one of the suites to generate additional revenue. They may hold a day job but teach or consult on the side to earn additional income. This can be a form of risk management too, since it gives them a head start if they lose their job or simply want to start their own full-time business. Rich mindsets believe in saving, investing, and multiplying. Poor mindsets splurge on materialistic things. Poor people end up saving nothing to invest. Rich mindsets save. They save 10% to 20% of their net income every year. The rich are intentional. They don't put off saving for the future. They start saving with every paycheck, and they choose not to splurge so they can make that next 15% contribution to retirement. They don't say they'll pay off the debt later. They create a plan to pay down debt and follow it month after month until they're debt-free. According to The Millionaire Next Door and Chris Hoban's follow-up book, Everyday Millionaires, most millionaires by net worth either follow a budget or deliberately send a set percentage to savings and live off the rest. In short, they devise plans and follow them. They set goals and, by focusing on them and constantly working toward them, typically achieve them. Note that it isn't just money. This is why the wealthy are less likely to be overweight too. If you're already used to consistently working toward financial goals, an exercise and diet plan is just one more plan to follow.